What sex tip do you think everyone should know? Having sex before you go out for the night is better than doing it at the end of a night with dinner, dancing, etc. You're more into it, working up the appetite, and can still have sex again later. My wife and I tend to just go to a nice restaurant on our date nights. We both enjoy good food. Having sex before we go lets us eat as much as we want to, and then come home for the resulting food coma. Yeah, but you're married. Try offering sex before the date to someone on your first date. Lol. This is pretty clearly not a first date tip. Go pee afterwards. UTIs are freaking painful. Also, giving your partner one is not a mark of sexual prowess. And you definitely should not celebrate the occasion. Link. youtube.com/watch v=w_pi8yberq. HEYOOO. Another crazy XGF fan. There are dozens of us. Take your time and learn what your partner likes. Don't be embarrassed to talk with them about their likes/dislikes, and also don't make them feel like shit if they have a kink you don't like. Best sex I ever had was with a girl that wasn't shy at all. She told me every single twist and maneuver and tempo constantly, and was very clear when I hit the spot. Girls, be like her. Don't leave us guessing. Women, sometimes guys can't perform. They have no idea why. Probably some experts can tell you, but he isn't an expert. You can help by being understanding and comforting, and be willing to delay the action. He'll be more likely to be ready in the morning if he can't do it that night. Agreed. And to add to that, no, it's probably nothing to do with you. Stress, depression, frustration, something shiny. Literally anything can make the dingle dangle instead of dangle. And yet, it's fucking annoying, frustrating, and embarrassing for us when it happens too. And to add even more to that, sometimes it's just too damn hot in the room. Sex is ducking cardio, intense cardio. If has doing all the work and it's hard for Dwayne Johnson to stay as a rock if it's too hot in the room. But it could be a million things, but it is almost never you. And if you get up and storm out of the room, Hez sitting there, embarrassed, alone, hurt, in a pile of sweat trying to catch his breath and get his vision back, then he has to deal with you crying wondering why it's you when it's not. Don't rely entirely on the pull-out game. Use protection. A bit counterintuitive, but don't be too unselfish. Many of us out here mainly draw satisfaction from how much our partner is enjoying themselves. Even if you do something that's mainly for you, that's still hot as hell. And on the other side of the coin, being with someone who only cares about your pleasure can quickly get exhausting. Go get yours. Plus it's attractive for you to see them having a good time too. The hole is lower. Don't stick it in mid pussy, but not that far down at the bottom. Because then you're trying to stick it in between the bum and vagina, and that's not going to help anyone. No, it ain't. That was funny. Wash up thoroughly before and after, unless you enjoy UTIs and smells that get stuck in sheets. Just keep clean. Dear God, yes. In addition, if you want me to put my face near your genitals, they better be squeaky clean. Nothing is more annoying than someone expecting oral, but not having showered recently, and they are kinda crusty. My friend reading Reddit over my shoulder. 1. Dicks don't bend when hard, so try not to literally destroy it if you're riding one. 2. If you're doing oral on a woman and she says keep doing what you're doing, do literally that same motion and speed. Don't speed up to try to make her come faster. That isn't how it works. 3. If you're doing oral on a guy, and I find this mostly in the case of women on men, and once he comes, dicks become ridiculously sensitive. Unless he says hes into that, chill on it for a minute. 4. Nipple play cannot be overlooked. Nipples are extremely sensitive and very fun to mess around with. It can really get your partner going, and even some guys are into it too. Of course, these are all dependent on each individual, but I wouldn't be surprised if these applied to a lot of people. Edit, guys. There's a reason I put the last paragraph in there. I understand that these are not universal, but they are definitely not as talked about topics when it comes to sex. If you love getting your dick sucked immediately after coming and having that non-stop tickling sensation, by all means go for it. Adding a #5 though. Don't forget to talk to your partner in bed. Don't be afraid to ask what they like or don't like, and don't be afraid to say that you're not comfortable with something. Sex is a two-way, or more depending on how kinky you are, deal. It should be fun for all parties involved. Point 3. Yeah, that. My fiance likes going round 2 or giving BJ after round 1. Yeah, it actually doesn't tickle so much. I laugh for the first 3 or 4 minutes. I laugh for the first 3 or 4 minutes. I only last 4 minutes during your second round. First 3 or 4 minutes implies more though. Also I wish, because second time is far less enjoyable and finishing is a chore. Don't squeeze the balls too hard unless they ask you to. I remember hooking up with this one girl and we were making out on my bed while she was giving me a hand job. Then her other hand goes for my balls and I'm thinking she's going to massage them. For some reason she grabs on them with a teeth grip that almost made me fall off the bed in pain. I guess someone she was with really liked that, but I /0 definitely /0 did not. This has to be the most common problem for me. Every girl I've known that gets really into giving head, bless their souls, sucks on my balls like she's trying to vacuum them out of my goddamn nutsack. Whenever I see that in porn it always makes me WTF. Always have lube just in case. I always have to use lube and it's amazing the amount of men that have gotten offended. Like, sorry guy, it's not you. I legit don't produce my own. Get over yourself lol. Why would a dude be mad about that? Literally nothing is worse than unlubricated, continuous friction between skin on your dick. It's the dude equivalent to the girls who flip out when you aren't interested in sex that night / can't get hard. Why are you don't find me at TR active anymore? Make sure you're using the right hole, please. No more nose jobs. I've always had the best orgasms while doing nasal. F. Proper pillow underneath her hips, or even go at it standing up while she lays on the bed, working for a slightly upward thrust trajectory to hit some of those hard to reach spots. Yes, I have to do this every time. It hurts when you thrust down into it instead of going straight in. If a plane goes into the hangar at a too high of an angle, it'll crash. Foreplay, and there is a reason they always say use protection. Sorry, I can't finish the reply. I have to help my kid. You got me in the last part, not gonna lie. So did she. I mean, if we could just make a map of the vagina marking all the relevant areas and their uses and hand it out to whoever needed it, that'd be great. 2010s agree, this would help so much. Ask what your partner likes. Don't assume what works on one works on another. Ask even though you think it's weird. You'll learn what your partner likes, and you'll probably get over the perceived weirdness pretty quickly. If you are with the same person over a stint of time, you won't have to ask. You'll know, and it's smoothing sailing. Just ask, either before things are hot and heavy, or during. If partner doesn't ask, tell them. Just simply be like, hey, I like it if you would kiss my neck. Or if you get behind me and slam into my body, I will squirt everywhere and well need to change sheets. But it'll be worth your while. Just ask. Edit. Phrasing. As suggested by TXGUI. The amount of people who think it's weird to do this baffles me, as though they expect people to just know, and that it's somehow less romantic to have to tell someone what you want. My first time with a girl I like a couple years ago, I asked what she liked in bed and she just kinda stared and said I don't know. Literally the first time a guy asked her that. So I got to experiment with her, and it ended up being a lot of fun. You have to preheat the oven before you make cookies. Always oil your pan before placing your cookie batter. Seriously, you don't want any batter to get stuck in there. You have to beat it to make it tender. Big dick does not mean good dick. Just because your dick's smaller than what you see on Pornhub doesn't mean it's not going to be great sex. Just listen to your partner. Learn their sounds, their desires. Seriously. Had sex with a guy that was massive and was in agony. My boyfriend is like half the size, and it is the best sex. Edit. My most upvoted comment is about my boyfriend's dick. Thanks Reddit. Do not let your boyfriend read this. He'll only see the first half of that last sentence. Yup, can't agree more, haha. I appreciate the sentiment in the post, but you can't undo the male ego being tied to dick size in a year, let alone a comment. No. It's all about foot size, because then you can silently judge other guys' dicks. Stick them with the pointy end. Dear recent male bloomers, please breathe properly while having sex. Staying erect can be very stressful, but keeping your breath is going to keep your little friend facing down. And I'm sure there are other people out there like me. Mind you, holding your breath just before and during orgasm can also feel really good, but breathing before that is necessary. Sex is cardio. After all, your body needs that oxygen. Where can I sign up for this cardio workout? If you're going to suck dick or eat pussy, act like it's your favorite thing in the world. Suck that dick and eat that pussy like it's the last time you'll ever do it. I don't know the intricacies of sucking dick because I'm a straight male. But for eating pussy, don't rest your head on their thigh and lazily suck at it. Don't stay in one spot and just lick the clit. You need to cover everything down there. If your face isn't covered your own spit or their cum, you're doing it wrong. If your neck is in an uncomfortable position, but your girl is getting close to coming, suck it up and deal with your neck later. It's all about getting her that nut. Enthusiasm and all things sexual truly makes the experience better for all involved. So what time are you coming over? Right now in your chat, lol. If your partner is not absolutely stoked to have sex with you, do not pass go. Also, if you have body image problems. First of all, I'm sorry, it sucks. When you're with someone who wants to have sex with you, remember, they totally want to see you naked. They know how you look. They have a pretty good idea of what they'll find under your clothing. And they are looking forward to it. Damn, I've been putting sex on the back burner cause of my body image. This hit hard. I'm with ya. Genuinely can't imagine someone finding me attractive in any way, shape or form. I've been hiding my naked body from my boyfriend for months. I haven't let him touch me in a long time. He tells me all the time, but I just can't, so I hide away. I hope you see yourself as attractive and beautiful someday. Most girls, including me, don't want hours of sex. 5 to 30 minutes is enough, not always 3 hours. Whether it is hard or soft always depends on the shape of the day. Asking helps. My ex always wanted it to last like 3 to 7 minutes with no foreplay, and I basically spent my whole life training myself to last forever, so as you can imagine, things didn't go too well. She just wanted to go right into sex every time. Thanks for watching. Don't leave before leaving a like to this video.